In this video, I'm going to show you how you can take a list of brands and automatically find online stores that sell those particular brands. But first of all, before I do that with this Google Sheet, what I'm going to do is take a look at Rake It In, which is a cashback site. And the reason why I keep revisiting the site in various videos is because they just have such a large, huge selection of websites. And also I have scraped all of their online stores into a Google Sheet, and you can go ahead and download and access a copy of that. And that includes the online stores as well as the brands. So for this video, what I'm focusing on is, well, okay, I've got this huge list of online stores, and then I've got this huge list of brands. So now I'll go to see all brands, and you see that there's this very large list of brands. Well, how do I make the connection between the two? So basically, that's what I designed this spreadsheet for. Now, to really make sure we understand what we're doing, I'll start off by doing a manual search. So take, for instance, this first brand, A&B Home. I will use Google to actually Google that brand name. Now we do see an A&B Home website. We see Wayfair, and we start to see some other sites. Of course, Amazon, which actually shows that it also sells on Amazon. Walmart. So we see this A&B Home showing up on a number of different websites. So yes, you can actually just Google the name of a brand, and yeah, you will actually get the online stores showing up that actually sell that brand. So that is essentially what this system does. The only difference is you're not having to do it manually, so it's a bit faster. And what it does is it cross-references the search results with the suppliers list. So what I did is I took all the suppliers list, the list of suppliers that I scraped from Rake It In, I put them on the suppliers list, and then I put the brands that I scraped from Rake It In on this brands list. And so when it performs the automated search on the brand name, it's checking the search results to see if any of these online stores show up, and then it's printing those results row by row. So the way it works is you click on the row. Now I made this a few years ago, about 3 years ago, actually. As you can see, that was actually when I last updated it, April 2nd, 2022. So there's certain things, I'll go ahead and start it by clicking Auto Match Suppliers. There's certain things, if you're using any of my other systems, that you may not see here, certain convenient things like the continue operation that I have on my other systems, where you don't have to actually find where it left off. It just kind of automatically continues from where it left off, and you can set it up with triggers, and it will keep running and running, and you can do thousands of products and all that. You won't see that right now with this version 3.1, because like I said, I last updated this like 3 years ago, and so a lot of things that I've kind of created since then, functionalities I did not I had not done yet when I made this particular system on Google Sheet. So however, it works. It works. I was just testing it. As you can see, I got these results, and it does still work. So go ahead and get a copy. It's a free Google Sheet. I can say that confidently, that it's going to be free and just remain free. So just go ahead and get a copy of it. Now, basically, what I have here are different suppliers. So what I'm going to do is actually what I'd like to do, yes, is open up some of these suppliers and kind of test out if we find the brands on them. Pretty obvious, for instance, oursols.com and A2 by Oursols brand. But let's check out something that's not as obvious, like AutoZone.com, and then this brand, AC Delco. However, I mean, I think I actually know that brand, so it's going to be on here. But anyway, I mean, you know, if you're just looking at this cold, you might not know that. So let's copy that brand name, AC Delco, paste it in here on AutoZone, and I'll hit search, and sure enough, the brand pops up right here on AutoZone, and we have some products, I'm sure, for this brand as well. If we scroll down, we see AC Delco Double Platinum Spark Plug. We have all these different things, a copper spark plug, all these different products. So I mean, if you had this brand name but you had no idea where you were where you could buy the brand, or where you could where you could buy the products of this brand. Now you know where you can buy the products from, which means you can potentially flip them onto Amazon. You can also do an Amazon search here. Click search Amazon, and it will search Amazon as well for you. It's a convenience thing where you don't have to type it, and you can right away see that the products are on Amazon as well. So that's basically how this works. You know, you can do a manual Google search, you can do the automatic search, and then now some of this stuff worked in 2022. A couple of these might not work now. Well, checking the list will work. I mean, it's just a Google. This is just a Google operation checklist, so it will check Amazon restricted brands list, and then it will check the name of the brand. Really, what it's trying to see is, on Google, do we get any restricted lists that contain the brand name? We don't. That doesn't mean the brand isn't restricted, but this was just something that I used to do about 3 years ago. That was kind of a way of doing it, doing a manual check. This link I don't believe works anymore. This was a link to open up the brand onto Seller Central Catalog and search it, but I believe since then what Amazon did is they actually blocked access to Seller Central in this manner, meaning you can't really access it from outside. I'd have to double check to see if you still can, but I'm sure it's still secured in that manner. So you can't, even in your own Seller Central, you can't just really use this link anymore. It just won't open up your Seller Central from here. But it did work at one time. So everything else still works. Okay, checking the list, automatic Amazon search, Google search, and of course the auto matching of suppliers, finding suppliers that actually sell these particular brands that are on your list of brands. So this could be really useful in finding suppliers, obviously. And then, of course, there's the Amazon side. Now, for the Amazon side, I have something else coming that can help you with figuring out. I mean, of course, you can do it manually. You can just search manually and look at the brand. But I also have an automation. Actually, I already did the video on that. That you can also use that will search a list of brand names directly on Amazon itself and just scrape all the product data off. And so with that, I plan to take it into this brands analyzer that I just made. And what it will do is basically help us evaluate the brand based on certain criteria. 5 main criteria that I explained as well in a previous video. Whether the brand is sold by Amazon, you know, whether the brand owner is selling it, things like that, things that maybe we want to avoid so that we can better decide which brands to sell. So, you know, combining these different things together could help a lot in finding brands that we want to sell on Amazon. So I'll kind of be pulling that together in some other videos. Here in this video, mainly, just wanted you to see that I have this brand supplier matcher, that it is still around. It does still work. So I just kind of wanted to revive it because as I was going through this process, it occurred to me that this is something that a lot more people might not be aware of anymore, that they were aware of a few years ago and are not downloading anymore. And I have to actually add it to Gumroad. So if you check the description of this video, in fact, being that it's a free Google Sheet, all you'll have to do is just subscribe. Subscribe to my Tools for Sellers list. It's you know, it's just an email list. I'm just going to email you. I don't even email that often, but I'm going to email mainly updates and things like that. If anything new is out, or if you need if I have a new version, like when I have a new version of this, I'll email you that new file version, things like that. So get on the list. You're going to get this Google Sheet included automatically. And then you'll get the suppliers list, the brands list, whatever I have that I've scraped, you know, over a few years that I've scraped from a few different sites. You're going to have all that stuff, right? So go ahead and do that, and you'll get a copy of this Google Sheet. You'll be able to go ahead and start running it. That's pretty much about it for this video. Any comments, questions, or suggestions, you just leave them below, or you contact me. And otherwise, I look forward to hearing from you or seeing you around in another video.